I think the problem with how I've been doing these intros is I'm standing here all serious like some sort of serious guy, and it puts too much of a serious tone for the rest of the vlog. When in reality, I probably should try to talk to the camera like I'm talking to Joel, so you guys' calves are small. Anyways, it is day 45 of the cut, speed squats, main deadlift, and I kind of got a little bit of a silly plan for today's pulls. But I'm not going to spoil the silly surprise until the deadlifts to make you guys actually get like 5 minutes of retention time in the video. Also, was down to 263 this morning, and the really neat part about being 263 is that the visual changes are actually starting to happen kind of on a noticeable daily basis, because like when I'm a fat guy with no abs, like I'm just a fat guy with no abs every time I look in the mirror, even though I am getting a little bit leaner. But now that I kind of have like the faintest outline of a 4-pack creeping in, every day I'm able to like look in the mirror and be like, huh, there's a little more detail here. That line's a little bit deeper. There's a little bit more veins in my quads. And like just being able to see that visual feedback on a daily basis makes it so much easier to be like, hell yeah, I'm hungry. Hell yeah, I'm not gonna eat that chocolate bar. Hell yeah, I'm just gonna do my cardio in the morning, because like seeing that visual change, in addition to seeing the scale go down, it just means that it's working, and that is freaking exciting. I put new shoelaces in today because I broke them on the weekend, and apparently I laced it up wrong, so we're having to redo that right now. We got the fancy yellow heavy duty ones going. And yeah, we're running the flat shoes again for the box squats today. And I think the goal for these today is to see if I can make the bottom end feel a little bit less shitty than it was last week. Because last week felt very shitty if it wasn't apparent in the vlog. They'll have to loosen the band on the right, but
okay.
Or tighten the left, one or the other. Find that pack. Yep.
Now the right's not tight.
Oh no.
Yep. Yeah, you're fine. You're fine.
Yeah. And plates will make it feel more even too, hopefully. Yeah. Yep. Good. Good. And I don't know if it's the box squat or the flat shoes or what, but I'm kind of reverting to asshole multiply habits and just like launching myself into an arch off the box. So I'm gonna do my best to cut that out. Yep. Good. Okay, work set time, which means it's time to get my shit together. Good. Good.
Last one. There you go.
Okay. Bring it. Yep. Hard head. Good. Yep. Good. Find the head. I don't know about you, but I am much more out of breath than last week. Camera has been rolling for 4 minutes and 13 seconds for all of those. So yeah, I'm out of breath. And the good news is that that fifth set felt really freaking good. Bad news is that it took me until set 4 to figure my brace and groove and shit out. That's kind of like the benefit of speed work is you get so many repeated exposures so quick back to back to back to back that if you're trying to figure something out, you get immediate feedback on whether or not it actually is gonna work for you. Anyways, sleeves off, shoes going back on, and then it's time to deadlift. Anyways, as far as the silliness I promised goes, I figure that with me being so freaking far out from the next meet and the diet making me feel like I'm not very strong and me not trying to be very strong right now, it kind of presents a unique opportunity where I might have enough time to figure out how to make hook grip work. And like, I have given hook grip a couple runs before, and when the bar is light, it feels so freaking good positioning wise. The problem is that the previous 2 times that I gave hook grip a run, I was already in the middle of a meet prep, and I was trying to learn how to pull hook grip when I was needing to pull in the 7s, and learning how to pull hook grip when you've never really pulled hook grip when you're trying to pull in the 7s isn't a very fun experience. So the plan is to use this whole period where stuff isn't going to be very heavy to both learn how to set it so it actually is secure, as well as build up the tolerance so that it doesn't go ouchie, ouchie, hurt quite as much. Because holy guacamole, it feels so freaking good to have that little bit of extra arm length that hook grip provides to make up for my stubby little short arms. And I'm trying to get my head wrapped around hook grip in 4 reds, but I'm also trying to get my head wrapped around trying to say that the last day to grab this shirt is Friday, so get one before it's gone. And I can't figure out a good way to say it, so that's what we're going to roll with. So last day to get this shirt is Friday. Get one before it's gone. I'm way more nervous for this than I should be. Forgot to put my mouth guard in, but holy, that felt good. We're going 250 because I don't want to actually rip my thumbs off today. And the 2 things I need to do better on this set is, number 1, carry more tension on the way down to the bar with my setup. And then number 2, remember to put my mouth guard in before I carry more tension down on the way to the bar with my setup. Okay, mouth guard in, check. Now, top down setup. That feels so freaking good. Like, I feel very weak pulling up the floor right now, but like the pull itself, the setup, the intention, yeah, this might be promising. Figuring I can still be a little bit more assertive on that setup, so we'll give this another run. Yeah, That feels good. Like, it's so freaking weird because I feel like I have so much more room getting the bar that like I'm not just like as physically compact, so I'm having to work harder to create my own tension, but that's probably a good thing. And I guess 250 is too light to like know if it can kind of work, so we're going 270. Yeah, it might work. Watching watching the side view back on Deanna's camera. Ooh. Yeah, that might work. I think I might just load 300 for shits and giggles. Okay, let's have some fun. Yeah, I don't feel strong, but holy shit, the hook feels good. Yeah, and like, I don't know. It just feels very, very, very efficient. Like I can just get so much closer to the bar. So I think we're gonna keep trying it. And I was thinking like I could be smart and just leave it there, but then I was also thinking, what would the vlog want to see? Nope, not quite. Not too ambitious. Not the thumbs, are just me. And good news is thumbs are still mostly intact. And I mean, obviously missing 705 isn't ideal, but I also got to remember this is the first day that I pulled off the floor since my meet. So, I mean, like all things considered, I'm actually really, really, really happy with how that 300 moved. And I think the fact that like my thumbs felt solid, I just didn't have the oomph to drive through that right now. Like that is super promising. And I think if I keep pulling hook all the way through the diet, all the way through the ramp back up, hopefully by the time I get to the point where I actually am having food again and I can be strong, we're gonna be onto something. And we're just going medium block for the deficits this week because last week felt so gross that I'm not sure if it was productive, and this is still going to be gross, but it should be a good balance between grossness and productiveness. Okay, set two, side view to emphasize the degree of spinal flexion that is going on here. And like the thing about training spinal flexion that I was getting into in the lecture that I did for the team the other night is that yes, flexion can increase relative risk of disc injury, but if you train flexion, you get stronger, you get better at controlling it, you can get better at managing the disc pressure in flexion, therefore the risk gets lower and lower and lower, the better and stronger you get at using it. And like that's why I love doing these stiff legs, because like to have a good deadlift, I need to have a little bit of rounding. And if I want to be able to sustain that rounding of my deadlift, I need to make sure that my back is in shape to handle it. And this is letting my back get in shape to handle it.
And I am running deep dive, hour-long lectures every single week for the team right now. So if you want access to the best educational content in powerlifting, hit the link below, sign up, and you're also going to be able to post your training, post your lifts, and you can get direct coaching and feedback from me every single day.
And I guess we're doing more of the high foot placement. Oh, never mind, he's using both legs. And I was going to say I'm going to join Joel for more of the high foot placement, single leg, hammy, auditory leg press, but apparently he's cheating with both legs today, so I don't know what we're doing anymore. So apparently we're going bilateral today, so I guess we'll go bilateral. Feet still high to make it more hammy than quaddy. Yeah, you're right. It definitely does feel like you can connect better.
Holy fucking hell, man.
What?
My low back.
You know what they say? If you feel your back on the leg press, you're doing it wrong. Maybe if your ass wasn't so big, it wouldn't get in the way. Trying to open up a little more here. Get her a little bit deeper. Feels very grabby on the adductors. Holy. In a good way, at least. Like they should be getting stronger here, not ripping off, hopefully. I can't get over how shitty my thumbs feel. Like it didn't hurt to do it, but now they're just like achy and terrible.
It doesn't hurt while pulling.
Yeah, it's just the afterwards like,
You like immediately let go and the like blood rushes in.
Yep.
And then the sensitivity.
Anyways, I guess we're going 10 reps here. Yay. Okay, hook's actually down now.
While I'm short of breath.
Forgot to count again. Shit. Really hope that was 10 reps. At least. Yeah, I forgot to count, so I just went till it got really shitty. That it?
That's all.
Good. And now that we're done with the really not fun stuff, we're gonna move on to the even less fun stuff. Good old Nordics on the good old ATG easy mode Nordic bench. Even though I'm calling this easy mode, like it really isn't that easy, as evident by how shitty I'm doing these. But I freaking love them. They are so good for my knees and so good for my deadlift. Fuck. Fuck. And running it higher is easier due to the leverages, but because I have to do more reps, it's actually probably a little bit harder. And speaking of harder, gonna do the hard thing and actually load plates on this machine again this week. And we're gonna run the same side to side, back and forth switcheroo that we did last week because, I don't know, I really enjoyed it. Lat Pump City incoming. I don't know why I said that. I thought it sounded cooler in my head. We have arrived at Lat Pump City on round 4. Debating on whether or not I really want to do round 5, but I guess we're doing a round 5. Yeah, that was fun. And we'll finish off the hammy jammies with more back and forth on this sucker until it also gets very fun. And I don't know how much I'm going to show of that in the vlog, but trust me, a lot of fun was had. And knees were the littlest bit crunchy on those box squats today, which is more a reflection of me needing to be better about my prep work than anything else, but we're going to do a little back and forth action on the knee emphasis FFE split squats to try to lube them up a little bit. And I'm going to have to remember to run more of these at home through the week so that my knees don't feel crunchy for the Saturday main squat. Round 2 already feels a lot smoother. Motion is lotion, or whatever they say. The pump is also absolutely atrocious at this point. Am dying, but we'll go for one more round. Balance is hard when your legs are exploding. Quad Pump City also arrived. And I guess Joel listened to the vlog intro after all. He was doing calf raises before he stopped doing them. And I mean, like, yeah, I guess we got to give him credit that maybe they're not the biggest, but at least they're pretty. Not the size of the ship, it's the motion of the ocean, right? And I've been looking forward to this all freaking day long because no, I am not doing leg extensions, but one of the guys on the team, Chris, was talking about using this thing to train hip flexors, and sitting here, I'm not sure if my legs are long enough to actually make it work, but I gotta give it up. No, we're fucked. No, not happening. Sorry, Chris. And before someone hops in the comments telling me that I'm short, for reference, Miana is like 5'2", so I'm at least, you know, a good 8 inches taller than that. Maybe more. But I also have the limbs of someone that's 5'2", so that's kind of why bench is fun, squats are fun, deadlifts not the most fun. But we're still gonna touch some hip flexors with my personal favorite variation, spud abstract hooked to a cable, and then let the strap pull us behind it a little bit of hip extension, and then we're just gonna suck the knee on up into a big old hip flexor squeezy squeeze until we get a really nice pump deep inside of our tummy. This long rope's annoying me. And just like squatting in the flats, right now I have no real idea whether or not pulling hook grip is going to pan out to platform numbers. But the thing is that I'm 11 months out from my meet day. I did sign up for King of the Platform 5, by the way, because Jordan Wong puts on the best meets in the freaking world, but that is beside the point. Hook grip, flat shoes. I think that being this far out, if I think there is a chance that they could do better for me if I go about them the right way, I think that chance is worth taking right now, because on the squat shoe front, it feels like I'm not losing quads. It feels like I'm getting more hips out of it. It feels like there is potential. And as long as I'm still pushing my hack squats to make sure that my quads are in shape, like worst case, come June, come July, I realize that it's not going to pan out. I still have 5 months to dial my heel squat back in. With the hook grip, I think that that probably has a higher likelihood of actually working as long as I can give myself the time to condition my thumbs to actually being able to hold on to good weights. And I think the fact that I held on to 300 well today is a very good sign. But same thing, like going from hook grip back to mixed grip, like I just need to realize if it is going to work or isn't going to work in time to change back if I need to. And I know that my previous hook grip runs, like the last time I really tried hook grip, like I was trying to make it work until I was 4 weeks out from the meet. Like I started pulling hook at like 8 or 9 weeks out, and I was like fighting with it, and I just said, fuck it, pulled mixed grip. And on that day, I was still able to pull a PR mix. So I'm not worried about having to switch back. And I think that the point I'm trying to make with this is that it is okay to experiment with stuff if you think there is a chance of working, under the circumstances that you have enough time to know whether or not it is going to work, so that you do have time to switch back to the old thing if it turns out that it's not working. And I think the problem that I have with a lot of lifters trying to experiment is that they're just flip-flopping back and forth from 17 different things every single time they train. And if you're just flip-flopping back and forth, you're never going to know whether or not it can work. You're never going to build the skill of seeing if you actually can use the thing. And a lot of the times too, it's not a matter of like you need to change the thing to make it feel magical. You just need to stick with one thing long enough until you get used to it and you get good at it. And I think that, again, like what I'm doing right here with the heels and the hook grip, I'm going to stick with it and give myself a long enough chance to see whether or not I can get good at it. And like if I were to pull hook grip today and be like, oh, it felt awesome, but then next week it feels like shit and I just go, it's over, I'm not giving myself a chance. So I need to just give myself 8, 9, 10, 12 weeks to see if I can make it work better and better and better. And I got to remember that there will be ups, there will be downs. But again, if it's new, I got to stick with it long enough to see if it can work. And if you aren't in the circumstance where you're 11 months out for a meet, you probably shouldn't be screwing with shit. You probably should be just trying to dial in what you got, because you're not going to have time to find some sort of magical solution. And there probably isn't a magical solution to your problems anyways. I guess that's what I got for today, guys. Thank you so much for watching. And reminder, these guys gone forever on Friday, so grab one if you want one. Have a good night.